Welcome back to FearPix Friday, where every week we dig into another horror gem streaming over on FearPix. And remember, if you check it out, use my promo code CH4R4R. It doesn't save you a penny, but it does make me look important, and honestly, that's worth something. FearPix is relaunched with a slick new web and mobile experience. It's subscription based, but here's the kicker: 50% of every subscription goes straight to those filmmakers. The rest fuels brand new horror projects chosen by you and the community. And FearPix just isn't another streamer. It's got exclusive horror content you won't find anywhere else. Plus, the new threads and reels feature make it a safe space for horror fans to chat, share, and binge nothing but scares. Here's a twist: when filmmakers pitch their ideas in app, the community votes. The project with the most buzz gets greenlit and funded. Imagine the next cult classic rising because you believed in it. Today we're heading into snowy Lake Tahoe for Red Snow from 2021, a vampire comedy holiday hybrid that isn't really a Christmas movie. It just happens to have Christmas decorations laying around while vampires are trying to tear people apart. And honestly, that's the vibe I like. The premise hooked me immediately. If a vampire ends up in your house as a bat, does that count as an invitation? It's such a fun, specific spin on vampire rules, and the movie doesn't waste time getting to the point. Olivia, an aspiring vampire novelist, finds a wounded bat in her front yard and does what any rational person would do: takes him inside, nurses him back to health, and then convinces herself that this vampire is basically research for her books. The writing blends curiosity, genre references, and light satire. There's a great Lost Boys nod, and the Count Orlok joke genuinely made me laugh. But the script also leans into some deliberately dumb decisions, like Olivia lying to the PI after finding a naked man bleeding in her garage. It's the kind of thing that would derail a more serious film, but here it feels intentional, like the movie is winking at you. It's a simple story, but it knows exactly what kind of movie it wants to be and doesn't pretend to be any deeper than it is. This movie moves. There's no wasted time, no let's hang around in the middle act and see what happens. It only slows down long enough to set up a scene or a joke. But even those scenes have movement. It genuinely feels much shorter than its runtime, which is a huge compliment for a film working on a smaller scale. This isn't padding, guys. This is lean storytelling. The performances are a mixed bag, but the good outweighs the not so good. Denise Cisneros as Olivia is excellent. She perfectly captures the energy of someone who is desperately lonely, deeply committed to her craft, and a little too excited to be dealing with a real vampire. She brings a quirky earnestness that carries a lot of the film. Laura Keenan as Jackie is another standout. Dry, funny, sharp. She delivers her line with deadpan confidence that fits the tone perfectly. Nico Bellamy as the vampire Luke has moments where he shines and others where his delivery feels a little flat or overly theatrical. His vampire hiss is, let's call it, gentle, more kitten than predator, but to his credit, he's clearly committed, and his scenes still work within the film's irony-driven tone. The chemistry among the cast is strong enough that even when certain beats miss, the vibe still holds together. Red Snow knows exactly what genre lane it's in. Light horror, light comedy, and a little bit of supernatural whimsy wrapped in a holiday bow. From the moment this movie starts, you're thrown right into it. No atmospheric prologue, no moody buildup, just a brisk, playful tone that never takes itself too seriously. Even though the film is decorated like a Christmas card, it's not trying to be a Christmas movie. It's a vampire story that happens to be set near the holidays, and honestly, that works. The cinematography is clean and serviceable. Nothing distracts, nothing looks amateur, but nothing particularly stands out visually either. When your setting is Lake Tahoe, you expect a little bit more use of the landscape. There are a few nice exteriors, but the movie is mostly interiors, and I found myself thinking, man, just a couple of more wide shots really could have elevated this. Still, for an indie film, the visual clarity is solid. This is where the movie flexes. No CGI, all practical. The blood looks great, the vampire bites look great, the gore, limited as it is, feels tangible. It's refreshing to see a film commit to practical effects instead of relying on cheap digital shortcuts. Everything from the makeup to the blood rigs fit the tone and budget and personality of this movie. There's nothing in the musical score that stuck out with me, but the sound design itself is surprisingly effective. Creaks, snaps, atmospheric rustle, all intentional, all cleanly mixed. There's a subtle confidence in how the film uses its silence and small sounds to sell tension. Not memorable, but definitely functional. Vampires have been done every way imaginable, but Red Snow finds a fun little pocket. It plays with the mythology, offers new rule variations, and hints that the supernatural world might be bigger than what we're seeing on screen. It's not reinventing the genre, but it's having a blast remixing it. This isn't a tearjerker, it's not a heavy movie, and it doesn't want to be. The emotional impact comes from the tone. It's fun, it's light, it's a little chaotic. The ending is genuinely satisfying, and the final surprise lands cleanly without feeling cheap. Also, RIP Candy O's. This one is absolutely rewatchable, and if they made a sequel, I'd watch it immediately. It's the kind of film you can throw on or anywhere around the holidays when you want a horror but don't want something heavy. It's also an easy recommendation for anyone who enjoys indie horror with a comedic edge and zero CGI nonsense. Fun setup, great practical effects, strong performances from the leads, tight pacing, and a clever sense of humor. A small movie with a big personality. IMDb gives it a score of 5.0 out of 10. For me, it's going to be a 7.5 out of 10. Solid screams. Right or wrong, weak or strong, these are my opinions.